This morning on Daybreak, we'll tell you how to prevent your own technology from working against you.
And giving students free access to feminine hygiene products, how a Missouri lawmaker is looking to make that a reality.
Also, could recreational pot be on the ballot in Missouri? We'll talk about the factors behind that and more coming up for you this hour on Daybreak.
Welcome back into the show. It's Wednesday, January 22nd. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Morano as we get set for another hour here. You know what? Some positivity, at least this morning. You don't need to clean off your car, right?
No, that's true. Leaving this morning, I saw one of my neighbors have one of those frost shields on, and I thought, you know what? They're going to be happily surprised when they walk out and realize they didn't need that, but they might later on this week, right, Elisa?
Certainly will, yeah. I don't have one of those, and now I'm sure after this week I'll wonder if I need to invest.
Yeah.
What, the covers?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
frost shield.
Jeremy from Ozarks Fox Sam was making fun of me yesterday because my car is so big and I'm so small. Whenever there's ice on it, I really struggle with trying to clean it. So I'm not looking forward to the next couple of days.
You don't have a handle on your ice cream?
I do, and I still can't reach.
Well, good luck
it's the
these next few
extendable
days.
handle too.
Today it's all right. You just got to
Yeah.
work on the reach a little bit.
Yeah, this morning we're okay. By the afternoon, we'll have some of that mix and the rain start to come in, which is why we've got that winter weather advisory in effect by this afternoon. It's starting this morning for areas to the west, and then by this afternoon, we'll be included by the winter weather advisory. And what we're expecting here is that wintry mix at times and a cold rain, and then going back to a mix overnight tonight. So 28 degrees in Springfield right now, not much going on yet, just steady southerly winds and clouds. We're starting to see that mix along the I-49 corridor from Nevada to Joplin and then down towards Bentonville and Fayetteville. It's 27 degrees in Branson, 23 in Mountain Grove, and 26 degrees in Fort Leonard Wood. Winds are steady out of the south, so we are finding wind chills in the teens again this morning. It feels like 16 in Springfield. So roads will probably mostly be wet today, but they could also get slick and slushy as we get some sleet and freezing rain to get in there, maybe some snowflakes too. That wintry mix by dismissal to a cold rain with temperatures flirting with freezing. Details on snow and ice totals next.
We've got a tech report for you this morning. Your smartphone is, of course, your connection to the rest of the world, but tech experts say it can also be one of your biggest vulnerabilities.
That's why Color 10's Nija McDonald met with an expert to learn ways we can hopefully outsmart hackers. Nija, what'd you find out?
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. Hackers are constantly at work all over the world at all times. Now, in fact, statistics show a hacking attack occurs every 39 seconds. Scammers often use text messages or emails to trick you into giving them your personal information.
No company is going to email you a link to change your password, to update important account information.
McMurtry says companies will invite you to come to their website.
If you get an email that looks legitimate, rather than clicking on that link, actually type att.com, go to the company's website.
He says it's also not a bad idea to have a throwaway email for things like coupons and store promotions.
The most commonly told lie in America is I have read and agree to these terms of agreement. If you download a free game, for example, that game isn't free. You're paying for it with your information,
including your location data and access to your microphone.
A lot of people are surprised when they open up the privacy settings on their phone to see how many companies have access to that.
McMurtry says privacy is a rare commodity.
Especially the younger generation thinks that they don't mind who has access to their information. But if that were true, we wouldn't have shades on our windows and locks on our doors.
He says it's important to think before you click.
Staying on top of all of your accounts, checking your statements, charges, if a bad guy comes in and steals $1,000, you're going to notice that. If they steal $1.30 over years, you may not notice that.
McMurtry says good cyber hygiene also includes not using the same password for every account and keeping your software up to date.
Now I'm talking about one hack every 39 seconds, you said? I can't get past that fact. That's crazy.
That's very often. And I think we've all gotten that email, too, that looks like it could be from a legit company, maybe even someone you know.
Yeah, it's something that you really need to watch out for. What else can we do?
So when you get that email and it's asking you to confirm personal information or the web address doesn't match. You know, sometimes it might say it's from AT&T or it's from Apple,
Right.
but then it says it's from Yahoo, and it's like, okay, this isn't making sense. And if that message is designed to make you have some type of a panic, you know, you need to do this immediately, time's running out. Experts say that when in doubt, just go ahead and throw that email out.
All right, they try and trick you before you
Yes.
can catch on to them.
Yes.
Nyjah, thank you. We also have some political coverage for you this morning. It's your right to know. New details on an officer-involved shooting in Clever, Missouri. The Christian County Sheriff says police were called to a domestic dispute over the weekend. A man with a gun came out of a home and pointed it at police. An officer shot that man twice. He was flown to a hospital and is now in stable condition. An investigation is underway, but charges are expected to be filed against that man.
An Eldridge man was sentenced to 20 years in prison after pleading guilty to 2 counts of statutory sodomy. Ian Knotts was charged with 1 count of rape or attempted rape in the first degree in 2018, but it took a plea deal for the lesser charges. Knotts was caught sexually assaulting an 8-year-old girl. The 2 counts of statutory sodomy will run together.
In your political news, a Missouri lawmaker is hoping to get free feminine hygiene products in school bathrooms across the state. State Rep Martha Stevens filed the bill. She's a Democrat from Columbia. The bill proposed would have schools stock feminine hygiene products in bathrooms for 6th graders through 12th graders. If passed, districts themselves would not pay for them, but the state would. According to MissouriNet, it would cost about $1 million a year. Christian Mecklin with Care to Learn says it would help their agency put resources toward other means to help students.
This would be huge. To be able to say in a blanket statement that girls in school have access to essential items, that would allow us to put those resources towards other parts of our mission. It's important because we know that a student who doesn't have access to feminine hygiene products, who doesn't have access to these resources, is going to miss potentially 30 to 35 days of school per year. You can't be successful when that's your attendance rate. You can't expect students to keep up when they are forced out of school because of a lack of these resources.
This bill is similar to another bill currently in the House. That one aims to reduce taxes on feminine hygiene products as well as diapers.
We're just over a year into Missouri's medical marijuana program going into effect, but there are already discussions that a recreational initiative could be on the ballot this fall. Board members of the Missouri Cannabis Trade Association, Chip Shepard, says while it's possible, it would be tough to get done because it would take around 160,000 petition signatures to get on the ballot by November. The initiative under the campaign name Missourians for a New Approach would allow adults 21 or over to use marijuana and puts a 15% tax on sales that would help veterans, infrastructure, and substance abuse treatment. But Shepard says don't expect this anytime soon.
So none of us that led the campaign for medical thought there was any chance of recreational or any push for recreational for at least 4, 6, 8 years. But then the attitudes across the country, including Missouri, have changed. And so now I think that there's a really good chance that it would happen.
The state will reveal dispensary locations for the medical cannabis program coming up on Friday.
Our Caller 10 live drive is dry right now. We'll be doing this a lot the next couple of days to keep you updated on road conditions. Not much in Springfield yet. That light wintry mix just arriving from the west. Details on snow and ice totals and timing of all of this coming up next.
From Caller 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Caller 10 News Daybreak.